Clear below 12,000. Temperature.
Having a variety of flights, like not just going to the traffic pattern every time, or not just going out to Galveston every time, changing up your flights and doing new things, I think that kind of adds a sense of like adventure to your flights, and it makes a reason for you to want to go. It's like you can go down to a new city, explore that city, get something to eat, come back. That's something new that you wouldn't have been able to do in your own town. So I started about May of last year, and it started a little bit rocky. Didn't have much time because finals was like right then. But during the summer, I found more time to fly, and I was going like 2 to 3 times a week. And I think that allowed me to finish in the time frame that I got, because it took me almost a year to get my PPL. To start it, I mean, really wasn't too difficult. I think some people have to really beg their parents over and over because it's expensive. It's a hard field to get into. I had asked for a while. I say about a good 6 months of just like saying, okay, this is a way. They just saw that college was the only way. You had to go to college. You had to go get or engineering, whatever. But I saw, okay, there's a different way that isn't through the typical career factor. And I think that helped me explain to my parents that that is a viable option. So you start with basic taking off, not really landing, but you're going to do maneuvers. So doing circles, doing S's, doing what's called steep turns. You learn to do that before landing. And then after you learn to land, then you have your first solo. And then after your solo, you do all the stuff they did before, but on your own. And then you get to cross countries, and then it all wraps up into your check ride. Can't fly lower than 1,000 feet in a congested area. I didn't really know why that is, or why it's specifically that amount, until I flew over Houston, and I realized how low 1,000 feet really is. And that can show you why these rules are in place. They're in place because someone messed up, and that rule had to be put in place. On your way through piloting, you don't understand why we have these rules, why we have to learn this. But once you get into a situation where you actually need to know it, it helps you a lot, and you finally understand, okay, that's why I learned it. And then I think that has shaped how I see other problems in my life. Like I ask, okay, why do I need to learn this? Why do I need to know this? And then a future experience shows why I need to know that. And then I feel like that has shaped how I talk to my friends, how I mentor my friends that are also in this field, is that I'm trying to push that you don't really know why you're learning it now, but one day you will know. And I feel like that is how it's changed me. You want to be a pilot, you're going there because you see no other choice. Like let's say you could be between pilot and engineer, and you're committed to being a pilot, and then you're not going to make it because it's the time it takes and the energy it takes to get through basic pilot training like me. It takes a lot. Like out in school, I was in the back of my class studying flight school, or at work, I was doing flight school, or the amount of money that takes. I mean, it could take upwards of 30 grand just to get a pilot's license. You have to be committed to that, and you need to know that up front, because I feel like a lot of people don't know the amount of commitment it takes to be a pilot. And that can sway people away when they're like halfway done, because they think, oh, it's too hard. But if you need to know that going in to actually be able to stay in. And for me, I did know that going in. And I think that helped me get through flight training. Having that 100-hour mark is something as like an honor to me. I feel like that's something that I can take pride in, and it shows my experience. I want to get to that 100-hour mark. I want to get to that point where I can say, going into college, that I'm already 100 hours in. I'm probably the most experienced pilot in my freshman class.